This is an extract from the Self Unemployed Podcast, where we rip apart how the UK government is quietly screwing over renters and landlords alike with the Renters' Rights Bill, court chaos and Section 21 madness. We expose the staggering incompetence of Rachel Reeves, Angela Rayner and Keir Starmer. From dodgy licences to tax cock-ups, plus why their make the rich pay rhetoric is just boat-grabbing nonsense that hammers ordinary people. Follow, subscribe if you like what you hear, and grab the full episode in the description.
It's one of those things, the renters' rights, some of it sounds quite good in theory, but it'll be interesting to see what it's like in practice.
Yeah.
Because like relying on the court system for all evictions, when you know how slow... Have you ever been to court?
No, I haven't, fortunately.
Yeah.
But
I've been to court quite a few times, running a business, dealing with thousands of tenants, dealing with thousands of customers. It's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. The court system, whether I'm defending, whether I'm the one taking them to court, the court system is a joke. The amount of times, even for small cases, the amount of times on the day it's been cancelled. I'm there now. And then you get there and they go, oh no, we have lack of judges. We haven't got any judges.
Yeah.
So why is it booked it? Like any other, if it was a company, they'd go bust. Because people go, I ain't paying for this.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
That's true with so many things in the government, isn't it?
It's the problem with everything with the government. Right, so typically you're looking at about 6 months. And this is why, scrapping Section 21 on the face of it, sounds like fair. It's like, well, why would you be able to evict someone from their home without a valid reason? Yeah. It just makes sense. But the reason it isn't because there's not a valid reason. It's because to prove the valid reason, you've got to go to court. And then to go to court takes ages, 6 months, 7 months, who the hell knows how long. And
you can go bankrupt in that time.
But in the meantime, you've got to carry on paying your mortgage and they don't have to pay the rent. Yeah. It's not because this is why it sounds good in theory. To turn around and say there should be no... I'm going to get that. I've been a tenant. Most of my life I've been a tenant, by the way, and a landlord at the same time. Because I rent where I live and I own properties. So I can look at it. And I have been kicked out. It's frustrating to get kicked out. The main reason I got kicked out, though, was because the landlord wanted to move back in. And that's still allowed. That's the same. That's still allowed, yeah. So... Yeah, I'm not a big fan. But a lot of Labour's laws, in theory, before they got in, a lot of their build. I'm like, okay, this is maybe a different Labour to what we've been used to over the last, because they haven't been in power for how many years were they not in power? 14 years or something. Yeah. So you're like, okay, maybe they're a bit different, but they're just not at all. They're exactly the same as all their rules in theory that sound decent are just terrible. So we don't build. Planning applications have gone down.
They were making promises about loosening up planning laws to encourage building, but
what's happened?
Any of that's happened, does it?
No.
And no one's even talked about it since they got into power, as far as I'm aware.
Accepted planning applications have gone down since they got into power. So, if anything, it's been the opposite. Now, you might say, well, that's not their fault. That's because people are putting in for less planning. Yeah, but why is that? Yeah.
Cost of build materials has gone up, and there's probably
and it doesn't make sense to run a business. I mean, in the UK,
in certain areas where they need houses, like up in the north, house prices are so cheap that it's the cost of building a house is more than the cost the house would actually be worth.
Well, this is what I found. So when I went because obviously when you develop houses, and you'll know this, you'll drive around, you spot opportunities, don't you? And I remember I went to Liverpool. Can't remember why I went to Liverpool, but I went to Liverpool and I was like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. Like there's so many abandoned buildings and lands. And I did the figures. I was like, oh, that's why it's amazing. It's because it will cost more to build than the house will be worth in the end. No longer stacks. So why is that? I mean, you can't blame everything on Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer. At the end of the day,
but most of it on it.
Yeah, but mostly.
Yeah. Speaking of Rachel Reeves, what do you think about this whole thing about her not paying her selective license? Because she moved in when she moved into number 11 Downing Street and became Chancellor. She rented out her house, but she didn't know that you need to pay a selective license in that area to So I'm actually in two minds about it.
I am as well, interestingly. So Go on.
Well, on the one hand, she's in government. She should know the law.
Yeah.
Especially as she voted for it, I believe. That's what I heard. I don't know. Don't quote me. She should know. She should know. And she should be setting an example. On the other hand, it's a stupid law.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. The other thing that I'm not a big fan of normally, now I'm not a big fan of Rachel Reeves, so I'm kind of like, it doesn't look like they're going to do anything, but if she did get sacked over it, I wouldn't be upset. But I'm not a big fan of political figures or CEOs or losing their jobs over little indiscretions because let's face it, right? If the real crime is getting caught. If you knew, all of them, Keir Starmer, Nigel Farage, Boris, they'll have all done little stuff that if we as a public found out about it, they would now be under pressure to lose their job. So in the same way that I think this is, stupid of Rachel Reeves, she should probably get the same punishment that you or I would get if we did it, which is a fine, I believe.
Yeah.
And, it's quite a big fine.
I think it's up to 30,000.
Yeah, something like that. And so she should probably get that big fine, and then it should be okay. And obviously the public will think bad of her for it. But is it a sackable offence? Is it that big a deal? Really? Probably not. But it's Rachel Reeves. And I don't like her, and she's about to bring the budget in. So yeah, sack her. But I'm similar to you. It's a bit of a stupid rule. It's similar to Angela Rayner though.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing
because that wasn't a fee for a license. That was a tax.
Yeah.
She evaded a tax.
Yeah. Or paid the wrong amount. Yeah. Yeah. But how many people have done that? Her solicitor would have signed it off.
But not many people have done that who were also the housing minister.
Yeah.
And, if you're the housing minister, you should
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them. It's embarrassing to have two pretty big cock-ups in the space of
a matter
of months.
Both of them they're victims of over-regulation.
Yeah, they're stupid rules.
Yeah.
So this whole front about making the wealthy pay their fair share, it's just a front. Yeah. It is literally to try and get votes. I saw an article in the Times, top 1% of UK earners pay 33% of all the income tax.
But of earners.
And
this is the thing, you see, the public think that rich earn a lot of money. They're constantly obsessed with money.
Yeah.
But they don't realise the difference between money and wealth. And not all
Well, this is why they want to introduce the wealth tax, which I'm totally against. Because the problem with the wealth tax, and again, all the ideas that they float around, it's hitting the wrong people, right? So they're talking about a wealth tax on property. So if you own a property over £2 million, you'll pay an annual wealth tax on, which is annoying because this property is worth over £2 million. That's going to hit me, right? So which is frustrating. But it's also going to hit loads of people that live in London and the southeast that are now retired.
Yeah.
They're not earning any money. They've worked hard all their life to buy a house that they probably bought for 300 grand, however many years ago.
Yeah. And they'll probably try and sell it, and then no one will want to buy it for 2 million. So then they'll be like, oh, I'm okay. I don't need to sell it after all because
it's like people that get hit with inheritance tax, and it's like they get given assets, and now they're forced to sell it because they don't have the cash flow.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I don't think you should be taxing income and wealth. You either hit one
and
or the other.
Are they talking about making it so that, because technically speaking, with inheritance tax, it's the person who died who's paying it, I think. And now they're talking about making it so that it's them who's paying the inheritance tax, and you also have to pay income tax on that, which is ridiculous.
Inheritance tax is money that's already been taxed.
Yeah.
It's already all been taxed. Why are you paying on it again?
They need the money.
Unless you sell it, in which case they're not realising any gains here. When you get given a house, it's really unfair. I mean, obviously, I know on your first house you got a certain amount. What was it, like 300 or 400 grand or whatever that you tax free? But if you get given assets and now you've got to pay 40% tax on the asset when you don't have the cash and you're forced to sell it. Yeah, I'm not. The taxes in this country, I think. They're just it's demotivating people. The whole system is designed right now to demotivate people to be creators, workers, run businesses.
Or even get a job.